I mean, I think a question a lot of people are thinking is like, how much inspiration do you get from the people that you talk to every day?
Yeah, I think, I think most of the book comes from the people I see every day in therapy. That's the honest truth. My job is, like I said, stimulating. It's very creative. And it's also tough, in my own relationship, because it sometimes changes your thinking. You go home and you have a completely different way of looking at your own relationship, which is not always fun, but amazing and powerful. So I think, I would say, I'm very grateful for that, and I acknowledge that in the book, that this book really comes from the people I see in therapy, and people taking the time to share their personal lives. That's where it comes from, really.
I thought you were going to say, I'm not one of your clients, but I am in a relationship with 24 of them. So.
I think that's a compliment.
And the first thing that you jump into is you talk about connection and disconnection.
Sure.
You talk about that very strongly. And I mean, I struggle with that. I'm sure that we all struggle with that in terms of how we remain connected to our partners, to our partner or partners or lovers or someone you're dating. And you give very practical advice in this book, which I love. So the things that stand out for me is get ready to talk, calm down, be honest. So tell us a little bit more about those and and practical advice of how you can navigate your relationship.
Sure. Okay. So the book is an invitation, I think, for people to try and to move in the opposite direction of most people's experiences of relationships, which is about feeling disconnected or living with a lot of tension or conflict. And the book is an invitation for people to talk more, have more satisfying and frequent sex. It's really an invitation for people to move closer instead of all the very negative messages we receive about relationships nowadays. And I think like in anything that's meaningful to you or important, you should invest in it. So the first part of the book is really just a collection of skills that I've learned over the years that I think can change people's relationships, and there's no pecking order, there's no judgment, whatever works for you. But I mean, it's sometimes I find it's really about using those skills in order to have better conversations, and they're not always verbal, they're also non-verbal. So for me, the stuff that really can bring people closer is stuff like the way we speak to each other, the way we spend time, the way we can enjoy life and enjoy relationships. Sex and intimacy is another kind of conversation. So I think that part of the book that you spoke about is really about choose any of those skills that you think might make a difference to your life. That's made a difference in my relationship and my life as well. So.
So I'm a very loyal client of Stefan, and I'm very proud to say it, first of all. And I was very fortunate just when the book came out and Stefan had it there on his, first of all I must say it's quite picky because I want to send all my friends there, and Stefan was like, I'm too busy. And he's very picky because it changed my life so much that I just wanted all my friends just to experience this. And the one thing that was so nice for me about the book is, after my session with Stefan, you always have this feel-good factor about, I work with animals my whole life, and the second best thing is Stefan, because I feel like I can go and face the humans again. And what is so nice about the book is, if I read the book, I can hear your voice. And as a service provider, you're like a service provider, you only have one-on-one time with clients. And it's so nice now that you can actually speak to thousands of people and they can have the same experience that I'm having. So, thank you.
Thank you, that's lovely.
Just thinking when your publishers reprint this book after this print run sells out, I can just see that line on the cover. Second best to animals.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I haven't read the book, but I am very grateful and privileged to be here. You sort of just randomly invited me 2 days ago, and so I feel quite privileged to be here. But I want to ask you, obviously in the absence of having not read the book, a topic that fascinates me at the moment as a coach around relationships is we're living in a day and an age where a lot of communication is spent on social media, WhatsApp, email, and a lot of relationships experience a lot of conflict and dissonance on those mediums. I know I certainly have. And I just want to know what your thoughts and perspectives are around that level of communication, the absence of body language and tone and all those other data. Because, on those platforms we have very limited data to interpret. So I just want to know what your perspective is.
I mean, I think there's other therapists here as well. I think, if you, we should all thank Facebook and Instagram, because we listen to people talk about it every week, where they upset because they saw their ex-boyfriend on Facebook, kissing another girl. So I mean, Facebook has given us lots of work, actually. And I'm really grateful for social media. It's traumatizing people daily, actually. I write about it in the book, but the shortcut is that I think, if your face is on the screen and not in somebody's eyes, you're probably doing something. You're probably missing an opportunity for connection, I think. And because I've written a book, I had to join social media. It's so scary, I hate it. But I mean, it's also good because you have to get over all those rejection and abandonment issues. I'm just joking. No. I just think that it's an interesting thing because I think it feeds that need to be liked and accepted, and I think everybody's got those kinds of. It's important for everybody to be liked and accepted. I mean, that just makes us human. And I think it's an easy, slippery slope of just spending so much time there looking for something that you can have right here next to you. So, I'm curious where it's going to go. I'm curious. But I think, if you switch your TV off your laptop or your phone, things can only get better.
Hi, I haven't read the book yet, but I'm probably very soon. I have one question.
Sure.
I don't know about everybody, but at least with me, most relationships, there's this one debate or this one fight you have repeatedly again.
That's true.
You revisit it a year later, you're still there.
Sure.
You just doesn't move.
That's
so
true.
what do you do about it? Do you keep arguing every 6 months or do you just let it be? Are these fight numbers that means you just keep coming back and there's just no way ahead?
Sure. I mean, I think if you, it's an interesting thing because I think if you have the same fight over and over and over, you obviously whatever you're doing in that conversation is not working. And it's funny how we keep doing that even if you know it's not working. I mean, what the hell is that about? So I think sometimes what that is about for me is that you either we will go back to something again and again if one or both of you don't feel fully understood. Or heard in a conversation, and so we repeat conversations where it's mostly one person really didn't feel like they got what they needed from that conversation. And what I've learned is, I wrote about this in the book as well. We think people often want to find solutions and fix their relationships, but the fixing of a relationship is really about first probably trying to show some real interest in another person's experience, and then that means accepting that your experience is not going to be exactly the same. And secondly, if you really want to try your luck and have a better relationship, you can try your best to understand that person, even if you disagree. And so I think it's a beautiful thing in therapy for me when I see people when they get each other. It's like a beautiful. It's peace of mind. It dissolves something. It's difficult to describe. When somebody would say, maybe it's a definition of love. When somebody would say, wow, you really get me, and I really appreciate that you could put your thoughts and feelings aside to try and understand me. It's actually quite a beautiful thing. So, but if you don't get there, you're gonna chase that conversation because you need that, Yeah, that's my understanding of it. Pleasure.
Thanks very much to Gary for
Yeah,
the conversation.
thank you, Gary.
And most importantly, thank you very, very much to Stefan.
Thank you.
It's been very, very